Are obstacles stopping you from reaching your dreams? Do you feel trapped by challenges that seem impossible to overcome? What if the very things you see as roadblocks are actually opportunities in disguise? In life, we all face difficulties, whether it's failure, rejection, or unexpected setbacks. But what if you could see these obstacles not as problems, but as powerful tools for growth and success? What if the struggles you're facing are actually guiding you to become stronger and wiser? The ancient Stoics believed exactly that. They taught that obstacles are not just barriers, they are stepping stones to greatness. But how do you shift your mindset to see challenges this way? And how can you use this wisdom to live a better, stronger life? Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful idea is at the heart of Stoicism. It means that every obstacle in your path can actually help you move forward. Imagine seeing every problem not as something stopping you, but as something helping you grow. What if every setback was just a lesson preparing you for greater success? This isn't just about staying positive. It's about seeing the hidden power within challenges. It's about using difficulties as fuel for your personal growth. This shift in thinking can transform your life, but it requires courage, wisdom, and patience. Are you ready to learn how? Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, taught that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but how we think about them. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that the power is in your hands. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Think about it. Two people can face the same obstacle, but one gives up while the other grows stronger. Why? It all comes down to mindset. The Stoics understood that obstacles are neutral. They only become good or bad based on how we see them. Imagine if you could train your mind to see every challenge as a lesson, every failure as a stepping stone, and every setback as a setup for a comeback. How different would your life be? But how do you start changing your mindset? According to Stoicism, the first step is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Often we waste time worrying about things beyond our control, other people's actions, past mistakes, or even future uncertainties. But the Stoics teach us to focus only on our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. When you shift your focus from external events to your internal response, you gain incredible power. You become unshakable. No obstacle can break you because you've mastered the art of controlling your own mind. Imagine facing difficulties with calmness and confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you control how you respond. This mindset doesn't just help you overcome obstacles, it helps you grow from them. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, believed that challenges are essential for building strength. He said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, your character grows stronger through challenges." Think about it. Who would you be today without the struggles you've faced? Every obstacle has shaped you, taught you valuable lessons, and prepared you for future battles. By embracing challenges instead of avoiding them, you become wiser, tougher, and more resilient. This is the Stoic way, to see every difficulty as a gift, every struggle as training, and every setback as a teacher. So, are you ready to change the way you see obstacles? Are you ready to stop seeing them as problems and start seeing them as powerful opportunities. The Stoics did not just survive challenges, they thrived because of them. They turned obstacles into fuel for greatness. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all faced immense difficulties in their lives, yet they emerged stronger and wiser because they mastered the art of overcoming obstacles. They taught that life's challenges are not meant to break you, but to build you. Are you ready to use this ancient wisdom to overcome the challenges in your life? Are you ready to turn your obstacles into opportunities? If so, join me as we explore the Stoic Guide to Overcoming Obstacles. This journey could change your life forever. Relation between Stoicism and obstacles. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life, no matter what challenges we face. It was practiced by great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. But Stoicism is not just about staying calm or emotionless. It's about becoming stronger and wiser through life's difficulties. At its core, Stoicism teaches us that obstacles are not meant to stop us, but to help us grow. The Stoics believed that every challenge is an opportunity to practice courage, patience, and resilience. They understood that the way we see obstacles shapes how we handle them. But how did they turn challenges into opportunities? And how can we do the same today? One of the key ideas in Stoicism is that obstacles are neutral. They are neither good nor bad until we decide how to respond to them. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." This means that challenges only have power over us if we allow them to. For example, losing a job can feel devastating, but it can also be seen as a chance to find a better opportunity or learn new skills. The obstacle itself hasn't changed, only the way we look at it has. The Stoics teach us that by changing our perception, we can turn any setback into a stepping stone. This simple shift in mindset can change your life. But how do you start seeing obstacles this way? Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors, believed that obstacles are not just barriers, they are guides. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful idea means that every challenge we face is actually showing us the path forward. If something is blocking your progress, it's teaching you to find another way. If you fail, it's teaching you resilience. If you're rejected, it's teaching you patience and humility. Marcus Aurelius faced many challenges as a leader, from wars to personal losses, but he used each obstacle to grow wiser and stronger. He didn't just face his challenges, he learned from them. Imagine how powerful you would be if you saw every obstacle as a lesson meant to help you grow. Another key lesson in Stoicism is the importance of focusing on what you can control. The Stoics understood that most obstacles are outside our control, but our reactions are always within our power. Epictetus taught, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This means that no matter what happens, you have the power to choose your thoughts and actions. Instead of complaining about a problem, you can take positive steps to solve it. Instead of feeling defeated, you can choose to learn and grow. This shift from blaming external events to taking responsibility for your reaction is incredibly empowering. It puts you back in control of your life, no matter the obstacles you face. The Stoics also believed that obstacles are necessary for growth. Seneca, a great Stoic philosopher, said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Just as muscles grow through resistance, your character grows through challenges. Without difficulties, we would never develop courage patience, or wisdom. Think about the hardest moments in your life. Didn't they teach you something valuable? Didn't they make you stronger and more resilient? The Stoics saw obstacles as tests designed to help us grow. They believed that life is a journey of self-improvement, and challenges are simply part of that journey. By embracing difficulties instead of avoiding them, you build the strength to overcome even bigger challenges in the future. But Stoicism isn't just about accepting obstacles, it's about transforming them. The Stoics believed that we have the power to turn any setback into an opportunity. They practiced a mindset called amor fati, which means love of fate. This means loving and accepting everything that happens, even the difficult parts, because they are part of your growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it." This powerful image shows how obstacles can fuel your progress instead of stopping you. When you learn to see challenges as fuel for your growth, nothing can hold you back. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. The Stoics faced immense challenges. Marcus Aurelius ruled during plagues and wars. Seneca was exiled, and Epictetus was born a slave. Yet they used their obstacles to become wiser and stronger. They mastered the art of turning problems into possibilities, difficulties into opportunities, and pain into power. Their philosophy is not just about surviving life's challenges, but thriving because of them. Stoicism teaches us that obstacles are not in our way. They are the way. They are the teachers that shape us into the people we are meant to be. When you learn to see obstacles through this Stoic lens, nothing can stop you. Are you ready to change the way you see challenges? Are you ready to use obstacles as stepping stones to greatness? The Stoics did it, and so can you. By adopting their wisdom and mindset, you can transform your life. Obstacles will no longer be barriers, but tools for growth. Challenges will no longer scare you, but excite you, because you'll know that every obstacle is an opportunity to rise higher, grow stronger, and become the best version of yourself. This is the Stoic way to overcome obstacles. Acceptance and perception. Acceptance and perception are at the heart of Stoic wisdom. The Stoics believed that how we see the world shapes our experience of it. They understood that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control how we perceive it. This is why acceptance is so powerful in Stoicism. It frees us from unnecessary suffering. When we accept what we cannot change, we stop fighting reality. This doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing peace over resistance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote reminds us that true power lies in our perception, not in controlling the outside world. But how can we learn to master this perception? The first step is accepting that life is unpredictable and often beyond our control. The Stoics believed that resisting this truth only leads to frustration and anxiety. They practiced the art of amor fati, or loving one's fate, which means accepting everything that happens, even the difficult parts, as necessary for growth. Epictetus said, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well." This mindset helps us find peace even in challenging situations. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "How can I grow from this?" By accepting what is, we stop wasting energy on resistance and focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Perception is the lens through which we see the world, and the Stoics knew that this lens could either help or harm us. They taught that events are neutral. It's our judgment that gives them meaning. For example, rain on a holiday can be seen as a ruined day or as a chance to relax indoors. The rain itself is just rain. Our perception makes it good or bad. This is why Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This wisdom teaches us that our suffering often comes from our interpretation, not from the event itself. By changing our perception, we can change our experience of life. But how do we learn to see things differently? The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, or imagining difficulties before they happen. This mental exercise helps us prepare for challenges so we're not caught off guard. Seneca advised, "Rehearse them in your mind. Exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of human fortune should be before our eyes." This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about building mental resilience. By imagining obstacles beforehand, we are less likely to react with fear or frustration when they occur. This practice helps us accept difficulties as part of life and prepares us to face them with courage and wisdom. Another powerful tool the Stoics used was to see setbacks as opportunities for growth. Instead of viewing obstacles as problems, they saw them as chances to practice virtues like patience, courage, and perseverance. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every obstacle is a stepping stone to greatness if we choose to see it that way. For example, if you face criticism, it's an opportunity to learn humility and improve. If you face failure, it's a chance to grow stronger and more resilient. The Stoics teach us that nothing is wasted if we choose to learn from it. This change in perception allows us to turn every difficulty into a valuable lesson. Acceptance doesn't mean being passive or weak. It means seeing things clearly and acting wisely. The Stoics teach us to accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This clear vision helps us make better decisions and take effective actions. Epictetus taught, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This means focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and letting go of what we cannot. By doing this, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. We learn to respond calmly and wisely to whatever life throws at us. This is the power of acceptance and perception in Stoicism. One of the greatest benefits of this Stoic mindset is emotional freedom. When we stop trying to control the uncontrollable, we free ourselves from anxiety and disappointment. We learn to live in harmony with the flow of life. This doesn't mean we don't feel emotions. It means we don't let them control us. By accepting what is, we allow ourselves to move forward peacefully. This emotional strength gives us the courage to face any obstacle without fear. The Stoics were not emotionless. They were emotionally wise. They knew that by mastering their perception, they could master their emotions and, ultimately, their lives. In our modern world, this Stoic wisdom is more relevant than ever. We face challenges daily: stress at work, conflicts in relationships, health issues, and unexpected setbacks. But by practicing acceptance and mastering our perception, we can overcome any obstacle with grace and strength. We can choose how we see and respond to life's difficulties. This power is always within us, waiting to be realized. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If we learn to see obstacles not as threats but as opportunities, we can transform our lives. Acceptance and perception are the keys to this transformation. Are you ready to see challenges through new eyes? Are you ready to accept life as it is and grow from it? By practicing Stoic acceptance and mastering your perception, you can find peace in chaos, strength in difficulties, and wisdom in challenges. This is the Stoic way to overcome obstacles. Focus on what you can control. One of the most powerful lessons from Stoicism is the importance of focusing on what you can control. The Stoics believed that many of our struggles come from trying to control things that are simply beyond our power. When we try to change things that we have no control over, we only end up feeling frustrated, anxious, or disappointed. But when we focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we find peace and strength. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This wisdom teaches us to focus on our inner world, where our true power lies. But how do we practice this in daily life? The first step is to clearly understand what is in our control and what is not. According to the Stoics, only our thoughts, intentions, and actions are truly under our control. Everything else, like other people's opinions, the past, the future, and even our health, is outside our control. This might sound limiting, but it's actually freeing. When we accept that we can't control everything, we stop wasting energy on things we can't change. This acceptance gives us peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By focusing on our mind and actions, we gain control over our lives." For example, imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. You can choose to get angry and stressed, or you can choose to stay calm and listen to music or a podcast. The situation doesn't change, but your experience of it does. This is the power of focusing on what you can control. It's not about changing the outside world. It's about changing your inner world. When you do this, you become emotionally resilient. This mindset helps you stay calm and positive, even when things don't go as planned. Another way to practice this Stoic principle is by setting internal goals instead of external ones. For example, if you're giving a presentation, focus on doing your best and staying calm, rather than on how people will react. You can't control their reactions, but you can control your effort and attitude. This shift in focus helps you stay confident and reduces anxiety. Epictetus taught, "It is not the events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." By focusing on your actions and judgments, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. You learn to measure success by your effort, not by the outcome. This principle also helps in dealing with difficult people. You can't control how others behave, but you can control your response. If someone is rude to you, you can choose not to react with anger. You can stay calm and respond with patience, or simply walk away. Seneca said, "A wise man is unshaken by praise or blame." This means that a Stoic doesn't depend on others' opinions for their peace of mind. By focusing on your own actions and values, you become emotionally independent. You learn to stay grounded and unaffected by negativity. The Stoics also believed in taking full responsibility for their actions. They didn't blame others or circumstances for their problems. They understood that while they couldn't control what happened to them, they could always control how they responded. This mindset gives you the power to change your life. Instead of feeling like a victim, you feel empowered to take positive actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This wisdom reminds us to focus on our character and actions rather than blaming the world for our difficulties. In challenging times, focusing on what you can control helps you stay calm and resilient. It gives you clarity and strength. When you stop worrying about things outside your control, you free up energy to take meaningful actions. This makes you more effective in solving problems. For example, if you lose your job, you can't control that event, but you can control how you react. You can choose to learn new skills, apply for new jobs, or start a new venture. By focusing on your actions, you turn obstacles into opportunities. This principle also helps you find peace in uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and no one can control the future. But you can control how you prepare for it and how you respond to challenges. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, or imagining worst-case scenarios, to mentally prepare themselves for difficulties. This practice helped them stay calm and ready for anything. Epictetus taught, "When something happens, the only thing in your power is your attitude toward it. You can either accept it or resent it." By choosing acceptance and preparation, you stay strong, even in difficult times. Focusing on what you can control doesn't mean giving up on your goals or dreams. It means taking action on what is within your power and letting go of the rest. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. This mindset keeps you grounded and reduces anxiety. You stop worrying about the future or regretting the past because you're focused on what you can do now. This makes you more present and effective in each moment. You learn to live fully without fear or stress because you're not trying to control the uncontrollable. In today's world, this Stoic wisdom is more relevant than ever. We live in times of uncertainty with constant changes and challenges, but by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we can find peace and strength. We can navigate life's ups and downs with courage and wisdom. This Stoic principle helps us stay resilient, positive, and grounded, no matter what happens around us. It teaches us that true power and freedom lie within us. Are you ready to stop wasting energy on things you can't control? Are you ready to take charge of your thoughts and actions? By practicing this Stoic principle, you can transform your life. You can find peace, strength, and freedom in every situation. This is the power of focusing on what you can control. Turn obstacles into opportunities. One of the most powerful teachings of Stoicism is the idea of turning obstacles into opportunities. The Stoics believed that every difficulty carries within it the seeds of growth and success. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers, they saw them as challenges that could make them stronger and wiser. This mindset helped them not only to overcome difficulties, but also to use them to their advantage. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the obstacle itself becomes the path to growth. But how can we practice this in our own lives? The first step is to change the way we see obstacles. Instead of complaining about them or feeling defeated, we can choose to see them as opportunities to learn and grow. When something goes wrong, we can ask ourselves, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can I use this to become better?" This change in perspective is powerful because it shifts our focus from feeling like a victim to taking control of the situation. It helps us see difficulties as chances to develop new skills, gain wisdom, and build resilience. Epictetus said, Difficulties show a person's character. Therefore, when a difficulty falls upon you, remember that God, like a trainer of wrestlers, has matched you with a rough young man. In other words, challenges are meant to strengthen us. For example, imagine you failed at something important, like a job interview or a business project. Instead of feeling defeated, you can choose to learn from it. You can analyze what went wrong, identify your weaknesses, and work on them. This failure then becomes an opportunity for self-improvement. It makes you stronger and better prepared for future challenges. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed thousands of times before he succeeded. But he didn't see his failures as defeats. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset of learning from failure is deeply Stoic. It turns setbacks into stepping stones. Another way to turn obstacles into opportunities is by becoming more adaptable and flexible. Life is unpredictable, and things often don't go as planned. But instead of resisting change, we can learn to adapt. The Stoics taught that we should be like water, able to flow around obstacles and find a new path. Seneca wrote, "A good sailor knows how to sail, even with a contrary wind." This means that no matter how difficult the situation, we can always find a way forward if we stay flexible and open-minded. Obstacles force us to think creatively and find new solutions, which ultimately makes us more resourceful and resilient. Sometimes, obstacles can also teach us patience and perseverance. When things don't happen as quickly as we want, we learn to be patient and keep working towards our goals. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." Obstacles remind us that success is a journey that requires patience, effort, and perseverance. They teach us not to give up easily, but to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Obstacles can also reveal our hidden strengths. When we face challenges, we often discover that we are stronger and more capable than we thought. Difficulties push us out of our comfort zone and force us to grow. They test our courage, patience, and determination. This is why the Stoics welcomed challenges instead of fearing them. They saw obstacles as opportunities to practice their virtues, like courage, wisdom, and self-discipline. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." By facing obstacles, we grow mentally and emotionally stronger. Turning obstacles into opportunities also helps us develop gratitude. When we overcome difficulties, we become more grateful for what we have and more appreciative of life's blessings. We learn to value our strengths, our experiences, and even our struggles because they shape who we are. Marcus Aurelius practiced gratitude daily, reminding himself to be thankful for both good and bad experiences because they were all part of his journey. He wrote, "Love only that which happens to you and is woven with the thread of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" By embracing obstacles, we learn to see life as a complete experience, full of lessons and growth. This Stoic mindset is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending they don't exist. It's about facing them head-on with courage and wisdom. It's about seeing beyond the problem and finding the hidden opportunity within it. When we do this, we not only overcome the obstacle, but also come out stronger and wiser. We learn to see setbacks as stepping stones and challenges as chances to grow. This makes us unstoppable because no matter what life throws at us, we find a way to turn it into something positive. In today's world, this Stoic principle is more important than ever. We live in a time of rapid change and uncertainty, but by learning to turn obstacles into opportunities, we can navigate life's challenges with strength and confidence. We can adapt, grow, and thrive no matter what happens. This mindset makes us resilient and unstoppable. It helps us find hope and purpose, even in difficult times. Are you ready to see obstacles in a new light? Are you ready to turn setbacks into opportunities? By practicing this Stoic principle, you can transform your life. You can turn every challenge into a stepping stone for growth and success. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is the Stoic way to overcome obstacles and live a powerful, purposeful life. Action and perseverance. Action and perseverance are at the heart of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that no matter how difficult the obstacle, taking action is always better than doing nothing. They understood that hesitation and fear can paralyze us, but courage and perseverance can push us forward. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "Do not be ashamed of help. It is your task to achieve your goal." This reminds us that seeking help and finding solutions is part of moving forward. Obstacles may seem overwhelming, but the Stoics teach us that the only way out is through action and perseverance. Taking action means refusing to be a victim of circumstances. When life throws challenges our way, we can either complain or do something about it. The Stoics were firm believers in taking responsibility for their actions and choices. They knew that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. This is why Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When faced with difficulties, we can either give up or take bold steps to overcome them. Stoicism teaches us to choose action over despair, courage over fear. But taking action is not always easy. Sometimes, the journey is long and exhausting. This is where perseverance comes in. The Stoics believed that greatness is achieved through consistent effort, even when things get tough. They knew that success is not about never failing, but about never giving up. Seneca wrote, "Endure and persist. This pain will turn to good by and by." This shows us that pain and struggle are temporary, but the rewards of perseverance are lasting. By pushing through difficulties, we become stronger and more resilient. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. The Stoics understood this and taught that fear is just an illusion. They practiced what is called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This means imagining the worst-case scenario to prepare their minds for any outcome. By doing this, they became fearless because they were ready for whatever happened. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." In other words, fear is only as powerful as we allow it to be. To take action, we must first conquer our fear. This requires courage and determination. The Stoics did not see courage as the absence of fear, but as the willingness to move forward despite it. They believed in taking small, consistent steps toward their goals, no matter how difficult the path. They knew that even the smallest action is better than standing still. As Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." By taking action, we break down the barrier of fear and turn challenges into opportunities. Perseverance also requires patience. The Stoics understood that success does not come overnight. It is the result of continuous effort and persistence. They believed in focusing on the process rather than the outcome. This is why Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When jarred unavoidably by circumstances, revert at once to yourself and don't lose the rhythm more than you can help. You'll have a better grasp of the harmony if you keep on going back to it." This teaches us to stay focused and keep moving forward, even when we face setbacks or failures. Every step we take brings us closer to our goal. Another key to perseverance is maintaining a positive attitude. The Stoics believed that our thoughts shape our reality. If we think negatively, we will feel defeated. But if we stay positive, we will find the strength to keep going. Epictetus advised, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This reminds us to stay focused on our purpose and to act according to our values. By keeping a positive mindset, we can face challenges with confidence and determination. Sometimes, the path is lonely and difficult. We may face criticism, rejection, or failure. But the Stoics teach us to find strength within ourselves. They remind us that true power comes from self-discipline and inner peace. When we are anchored in our values and purpose, nothing can shake us. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." This teaches us that the power to persevere is within us. We just need to believe in ourselves and keep pushing forward. Stoicism also teaches us to embrace failure as a part of growth. The Stoics did not fear failure because they saw it as a teacher. They believed that every failure brings us closer to success by teaching us valuable lessons. This is why Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." When we face difficulties, we must see them as opportunities to learn and grow. By embracing failure and continuing to take action, we build resilience and wisdom. Action and perseverance are the keys to overcoming any obstacle. They give us the strength to move forward, no matter how difficult the journey. The Stoics remind us that success is not about never falling, but about rising every time we fall. It's about having the courage to take action and the patience to keep going. It's about turning setbacks into comebacks and obstacles into opportunities. Are you ready to take action and persevere? Are you ready to face challenges with courage and determination? By following the Stoic way, you can overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Remember, the road may be tough, but the reward is worth it. Keep going, keep growing, and keep pushing forward. This is the Stoic guide to action and perseverance. Gratitude and acceptance. Gratitude and acceptance are powerful tools for overcoming obstacles. The Stoics believed that by practicing gratitude and accepting things as they are, we can find peace and strength even in difficult situations. They taught that life is full of challenges, but how we perceive and respond to them makes all the difference. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears." This means that by changing our perspective and accepting what happens without resentment, we can free ourselves from pain and frustration. Gratitude is about focusing on what we have rather than what we lack. The Stoics believed that happiness comes from appreciating the present moment and being thankful for the simple things in life. They practiced negative visualization, where they imagined losing the things they loved to appreciate them more. This helped them value what they had instead of constantly wanting more. Seneca advised, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." By practicing gratitude, we learn to find joy even in the smallest blessings. Life is full of ups and downs, but gratitude helps us stay grounded. When we face obstacles, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong. But the Stoics teach us to look for the silver lining in every situation. They believed that every hardship brings a lesson and an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Think of what you have, rather than of what you lack. Of the things you have, select the best, and then reflect how eagerly you would have sought them if you did not have them." This reminds us to appreciate the good in our lives, even when things are tough. Acceptance, on the other hand, is about embracing reality as it is. The Stoics believed that resisting reality only causes suffering. They understood that we cannot control everything that happens, but we can control how we respond. This is why Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." By accepting things we cannot change, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and worry. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means facing reality with courage and making the best of every situation. Acceptance also means letting go of the past and not worrying about the future. The Stoics taught that the present moment is all we truly have. They believed in living fully in the now without regret or fear. This is why Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." By accepting the present moment as it is, we can find peace and clarity. We stop wasting energy on things we cannot change and focus on what we can do right now. Gratitude and acceptance go hand in hand. When we practice gratitude, we learn to appreciate what we have. When we practice acceptance, we learn to be at peace with what we don't have. Together, they help us find strength and resilience. The Stoics believed that by being grateful and accepting reality, we can overcome any obstacle with grace and wisdom. Seneca said, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." This teaches us that by accepting life's challenges willingly, we can move forward with courage. One of the biggest obstacles in life is disappointment. We feel disappointed when things don't go as planned or when we don't get what we want. But the Stoics teach us that disappointment comes from unrealistic expectations. When we expect life to be easy or people to always be kind, we set ourselves up for pain. By accepting life as it is, with all its imperfections, we free ourselves from disappointment. Epictetus advised, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well." This teaches us to accept reality and adapt to whatever life throws at us. Gratitude also helps us stay positive in difficult times. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. We stop feeling like victims and start seeing ourselves as survivors. This positive outlook gives us the strength to keep going, even when things are tough. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By choosing gratitude, we create a positive and powerful mindset that helps us overcome any challenge. Acceptance is also about accepting ourselves, including our flaws and mistakes. The Stoics believed that no one is perfect and that growth comes from learning from our mistakes. They taught self-compassion and forgiveness. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This reminds us to be grateful for another day and to accept ourselves as we are. By practicing self-acceptance, we build confidence and inner peace. Sometimes life feels unfair, and we wonder, why me? But the Stoics teach us that life's challenges are not punishments, but opportunities for growth. They believe that every obstacle is a chance to become stronger and wiser. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." By accepting challenges as part of our journey, we learn to face them with courage and gratitude. Gratitude and acceptance are not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. They are about changing our perspective and finding strength in every situation. When we practice gratitude, we find joy in what we have. When we practice acceptance, we find peace in what we don't have. Together, they help us face life's obstacles with courage, wisdom, and resilience. Are you ready to embrace gratitude and acceptance? Are you ready to find strength in every challenge? By following the Stoic way, you can overcome any obstacle and live a more fulfilling life. As Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Remember, the power to overcome obstacles is within you. Choose gratitude, choose acceptance, and you will find peace and strength to face anything that comes your way. This is the Stoic Guide to Gratitude and Acceptance. The Stoic Way to Overcome Obstacles. The Stoic way to overcome obstacles is about embracing challenges with courage, wisdom, and resilience. It's about changing how we see difficulties and turning them into opportunities for growth. The Stoics believed that obstacles are not meant to break us, but to build us. They taught that every hardship is a chance to become stronger, wiser, and better. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful quote reminds us that obstacles are not roadblocks. They are the path itself. They are the opportunities we need to grow. Throughout this journey, we've learned several key Stoic principles to overcome obstacles. First, we must accept reality and see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. This helps us avoid unnecessary pain and frustration. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By focusing on how we respond to challenges rather than the challenges themselves, we gain control over our emotions and actions. Second, we must focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This is the foundation of Stoic wisdom. The Stoics taught that worrying about things outside our control is a waste of energy. Instead, they encouraged us to direct our efforts towards what we can influence: our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This teaches us to act wisely and accept outcomes without resentment. Third, the Stoics taught us to turn obstacles into opportunities. They believed that challenges are not problems, but possibilities. By changing our perspective, we can see setbacks as stepping stones to success. Every failure is a lesson, and every difficulty is a chance to grow. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This reminds us that the challenges we face are not meant to defeat us, but to make us stronger and wiser. Action and perseverance are also essential in the Stoic way of overcoming obstacles. The Stoics believed in taking bold action, even when the path is tough. They taught that obstacles should not make us give up, but inspire us to keep moving forward. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This means that instead of complaining about our challenges, we should take action and do what needs to be done with courage and persistence. Gratitude and acceptance are powerful tools in the Stoic mindset. The Stoics taught us to be grateful for what we have and to accept what we cannot change. This helps us find peace and strength even in difficult times. Seneca advised, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." By practicing gratitude and acceptance, we learn to find joy and peace no matter what obstacles we face. The Stoic way to overcome obstacles is not about avoiding challenges, but embracing them with wisdom and courage. It's about seeing every difficulty as an opportunity for growth. It's about taking responsibility for our thoughts and actions, focusing on what we can control and letting go of the rest. It's about turning setbacks into stepping stones and finding strength in every struggle. The Stoics teach us that obstacles are part of life. We cannot avoid them, but we can decide how to respond to them. We can choose to complain and feel defeated, or we can choose to rise above them with courage and resilience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Our actions may be impeded, but there can be no impeding our intentions or dispositions, because we can accommodate and adapt." The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This powerful teaching shows us that no obstacle can stop us unless we allow it to. Our mindset and attitude determine how we overcome challenges. The Stoic way is about inner strength. It's about building resilience and courage from within. The Stoics believed that true power comes from controlling our thoughts and emotions, not from controlling the world around us. By mastering our minds, we become unstoppable. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This teaches us that our reaction to obstacles determines whether they break us or make us stronger. Obstacles are a test of our character. They reveal who we are and what we are capable of. The Stoics believed that challenges are opportunities to practice virtue, to be courageous, wise, and just. They taught that by facing obstacles with dignity and perseverance, we grow into better human beings. Seneca wrote, "Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men." This reminds us that adversity is not our enemy, it is our teacher. It shapes us and prepares us for greater challenges ahead. The Stoic way to overcome obstacles is about embracing life in all its complexity, the good and the bad, the joy and the pain. It's about finding meaning and purpose, even in difficult times. It's about living with courage, wisdom, and resilience. By following the Stoic path, we learn to see obstacles as opportunities, setbacks as setups for comebacks, and difficulties as lessons in disguise. As we come to the end of this journey, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles are not barriers, they are bridges to greatness. They challenge us to rise above our limits and become the best version of ourselves. By embracing the Stoic way, we learn to face every obstacle with courage, wisdom, and gratitude. Are you ready to see obstacles differently? Are you ready to turn challenges into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones? The Stoic way is the path to resilience and greatness. It teaches us that the power to overcome obstacles lies within us. Choose courage over fear, wisdom over ignorance, and action over excuses. Remember, every obstacle is an opportunity. What stands in the way becomes the way. If you found these Stoic tips helpful, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support means a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.